Hi, Neil.
Hello again. I hope you all had a great weekend and had the time to watch some games of the World Champs in Australia of the sport of beach volleyball. So, first of all, we tried to summarize a bit, and due to the time delay, it's also a little bit difficult to get all the contents and quotes, but I think we collected a little bit from the last days, and we hope that we can give a short overview so you maybe can you like what you hear and maybe get additional infos independent from what you're watching or which pages you checking out, and try to summarize the pool play phase, what have been finished that today, and the next thing what happens are the lucky loser games for the teams which try to get into the pool play phase, what we come later for. And unfortunately, Julia, my colleague, could not join today, but like I said in the last in the last show, we tried to get him on board and also get some other people, though that I have the advantage to not talk alone and can talk. I don't need to talk when I need to also steer the streaming tool. So again, we try to improve every time, and due to the fact that I need to check some of the audio, so there could be a little bit delay, but I thought even better to make a show and deliver you something what you maybe don't get from the other people due to quotes and everything. Instead of not doing it, and it's still there's still no possibility to have an on-site media quote production, so to say, when you're not on site. So I try to get my use my contacts and try to give you a little bit update. I will do it in English, even if I'm not a native speaker. Excuse me for this, but I think due to the community and also the Volley Talk forum, what I can recommend, the people are very supportive and open to get some things. We will do it in English, and I get some quotes from the Germans Elas Wicklers. They are in German. I will play it back, at least a few words, and then try to translate the important part. So, and I think we will start. I put on my Beach Inside website the updates before some facts. Also thanks to bvbinfo.com to still set up such nice schedule and news links compared with some quotes I got via text. So you can check this up in the meantime between the shows. So you get the updates there, and later also the on-demand part. So not scrolling too much forward. And by the way, I need to check some try to get to check the chat, and but since I need to handle 5 pages at the same time, please be please be patient if something is stuck. But I think in the end we will start. So in general, the pool play phase have concluded, and we start with the men's part, where surprises sometimes happened, sometimes not. I think I go from task to task. Last time we ended with Cam Shark and James Shaw, that which lost their first game, and Cam quoted or sent text that it's his 6th World Champs. And now after the second win, he is quite happy, and also made it out of the pool play. We go to the elimination round in a few minutes, but to start with a quote, we got the quote from Kame, which sounds like this. In the first match, we were a little sloppy finding out our rhythm. I'm happy we were able to dial things in for a second match with the Netherlands. We made some crucial blocks and digs to make the match. We are finding our groove and excited for our next match against the USA. So Kame sounds a little bit more happy compared to the last time. And the last game was against Evan Spadinger, and like you can see, a 3-setter, and Shark Kame and James won in the end. So first the World Champs started with a loss, but then they won and now made it out of the pool, and with a win against their other US colleagues. And though this was that way, but the one of the pools, I will open it here. It's easier to talk about when you see something. Pool results. So this pool with the Olympic champion from Sweden, Arman Helwig, have been the craziest, or the craziest pool, or a little surprising pool. And this pool C, let me check if you see what I'm showing. Yep. David Arman and Jonathan Helwig lost their first 2 games against the Brazilian opponents, Simon George, and then also against Renato and the former world champ Andre. You should know him, so he's still playing and still playing good, and they won in a great match to watch against Arman Helwig. And Arman Helwig then had the do-or-die game against the Australian team, and they won. But then, and I quote BBB, the Volleyball World website, Olympic champs Arman Helwig lost against again and barely survived on point ratio. So also only the point ratio made them go into the next round. And there, the Swedes will move on the elimination round, but will have to wait till the end of the entire pool phase if they go straight to the 16 finals, or to have to play the lucky loser round. And they don't need to play the lucky loser round. But so they made it out. But you maybe remember it during the Olympics. They also started bad, and then in the end, won the Olympic gold medal. So pool play phase not say too much for the Swedish top team, but this was surprising and also interesting or good to see that Andre Renato and George and Simon made it to the next round. Going to the next round and made it out of the pool, we saw Banish Partain. They struggled. They lost, for example, against the defending champions Perisic Schweiner. And they also had the do-or-die game and won the third one. And with one victory and 2 losses, American progressed as the third best team in Pool H, and now need to wait until the end of the pool play to figure out if they directly go to the 16 finals or the lucky loser. And also they don't need to play the lucky loser and made it to the next round. Interesting story is that Theo Brunner, our old buddy playing since ages, he is their coach, at least for the World Champs, and we try to connect with him too. So maybe when their team hopefully goes further in the tournament, we also get a statement from them. We go to quotes and something interesting in a few seconds. But to summarize, the men's pool games are Mo Sorum are sovereign and won all 3 games and made it as a pool winners out of the part. Defending champions Perisic Schweiner from Czech Republic also won. And the Brotherhood connection, Adrian Moll and Marcus Moll, need to play the lucky loser games. So this will be interesting in the next games in the morning in Australia. Maybe after Hendrik Moll and for sure Anders Moll, maybe the other 2 Moll family boys go to the playoff round. But they play the Australian. The Austrian guys, Christoph Dressler and Philipp Waller. So they will play at lunchtime in Australia. So you never know. So and then we can go, before we go to the Germans, we can maybe go to the lucky loser round. Talk about this. So lucky loser round will start on the next day. So we have some Australian games coming up, then the Switzerland and Austrian guys, and John Pickett and Sam Schechter from Canada. Sam plays also back in the days, very successful with a new, now playing with Jonathan against the Netherlands. Matthew Emmons, we also know from the past that he played on many World Tour events. And on the women's side, we have the France playing Australia and Italy against France, and again or Paraguay against Czech Republic. And coming back to Sam Schechter, we got a quote from our colleagues from Canada, and I would play it back, and I hope you will be able to listen. Sam is back on the World Champs, and this was after their first game, the loss against Elas Wigweth, and we listen into it.
I mean, we had a pretty good game plan, which we believed in. We had to make some mid-game adjustments. They obviously sided out at a very high rate, but we just weren't able to capitalize on as many opportunities as we wanted. They covered a lot of blocks, and we couldn't find a way to score in transition. But there's a few good things that we did that we were going to try and build on. We served pretty aggressively, and our side out was pretty smooth for about 90% of it. with some interruptions.
So you just take these learnings and prepare for tomorrow. It's kind of your game plan.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow's a new day, new team. So it's just time for us to refocus ourselves, recover, reflect on the game and areas that we want to shore up.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was Sam Schechter. Always good to hear him. So for sure he was a little bit sad about after the loss against the Germans. But they have in the next game all chances to still stay in the tournament with a do-or-die game against the Netherlands. So let me check if there's something coming in. Yeah. Okay. This is what was here. So and now we're coming to Elas Wickler. They won the two games and that first two games, and then had the deciding game about who is winning the pool against Argentina, and they lost it this morning or today, and 21-18, 21-18, but still there. So I don't want to play you all the quotes from Elas Wickler, but to give them insight there, or what Clemens was telling the media was that when they start into this tournament, he was quite relaxed in the past, but in the past tournaments he figured out that when he stay calm, he can do the best out of it. But how it's often when the World Champ then the first game started, he need to figure out with his to being nervous a little bit. But then they won the first game, and Clemens also had in the past some problems with his shoulder, and don't want to hit too hard too often in the beginning, and that's why he also improved in the last week the not hit hard game, so to make some cuddies and poke shots. This helped him to have to improve his general game, and this is what he done in the second game. He tried to not hit too hard because it have been raining before the game, so the balls have been heavier, and to not hurt his shoulder, he tried to cut something and to play cuts and see where to shot the balls. He improved and won the second games, but today he need to give everything against Argentina, and he and Niels Ehlers played quite well, but not got the victory, and this is why they are now second in pool. But nevertheless, they are in the next round, and we going. Let's go to the. Yep, this is the nicest view. So Elas Wickler will play veteran Plavins from Latvia. They will play, and then after Molsoren will wait for a lucky loser opponent from made it out of the lucky loser games. So the next match if they would win the 16th final, they will directly play against Molsoren. That is the disadvantage of not winning the pool, and this will be a heavy match. But to be honest, the Germans can remember on the Olympic Games where they won in the semifinals against Moisorum. So could be a great, will be a great game. And then we see what happened there. But this elimination tree is nail biter anyway. Moisorum are in, Parasite, Schweiner, Grimald, Evans, Badinger, Protosa, Campos, the Portuguese, which also played quite good in the past, in a few past events. And also Marvin Plavins are never too old to win a game. So this will be a crucial tree of the playoff round who will make it to the final four, so to say. But Elas Viklas, we got from the manager also some quote from them, and I will play it back and maybe translate a little bit of this. So the first game was or about the first game, what Clemens Wickler said.
Moin Marc, also ja, ist WM. Ich war die letzten 5 Monate, oder 5 vielleicht nicht, aber seit Hamburg mindestens, eher schon davor, immer super entspannt bei den Turnieren. Da ist auch so, kann ich sehr, sehr gute Leistungen bringen, indem ich einfach mein Spiel sauber, ruhig zu Ende spiele. Heute musste ich so ein bisschen gegen die Anspannung kämpfen. Da ist nicht so leicht, den richtigen Modus zu finden, zwischen die innere Anspannung loszuwerden und natürlich auch also innere Anspannung loswerden, aber trotzdem gleichzeitig aktiv in den Lösungen zu bleiben. Und da habe ich, war ich so mein A-Game, was ich in den letzten Wochen, Monate eigentlich nur ganz, ganz viel geschottet habe, wegen meiner Schulter, weil das noch nicht so richtig gut ging mit den harten Schlägen, ein bisschen spät gespielt.
This is what I explained before. Clemens is talking about how to stay calm and how he improved his game due to his shoulder problems to make more cuts and pokes. And this was what he was talking about. And I was jump to the quote of Nils Ehlers after the game today. I will translate in a few seconds after I played a little bit from them.
Moin. Ja, genau. Wir haben leider verloren gegen Argentinien um den Gruppensieg, aber das Turnier geht noch weiter. Wahrscheinlich geht es morgen weiter mit der K.O.-Phase und dann beginnt das Turnier erst richtig. Insofern alles noch drin. Was natürlich in dem Spiel auffällig war, dass die beiden sehr gut in Räume aufgeschlagen haben, uns da immer wieder in schwierige Situationen gebracht haben und ich fand auch in der Blockabwehr den einen oder anderen Highlightball ausgekratzt haben. Ja, und wir gerade im Aufschlag eben weniger Druck erzeugen konnten und damit die beiden Argentinier immer schön in ihrem Rhythmus angreifen konnten. Ist jetzt so, wie es ist. Wir machen weiterhin das Beste draus. Das Turnier ist noch nicht vorbei. Die Fans haben mega supported hier und insofern, heißt es jetzt wieder erholen und morgen Abend unserer Zeit wahrscheinlich, es wird heute Abend ausgelost um 23:30 Uhr, wann wir dann genau spielen, aber sehr wahrscheinlich nachmittags, abends spielen wir dann die erste K.O.-Runde. Moin. Ja, genau, wir haben...
So, Nils, don't talk again. Nils Ehlers is saying that they unfortunately lost against Argentina, but the Argentinian team played quite good, and in their block defense they played some good routes, so they digged some balls, the highline shots, made it really good, and tried to get the Ehlers Wickler into bad rhythm to find spaces on the court to make the point, and that was one of the key facts. And the other one was that the German team not played so good in the serving part of the game, so serving errors also not helped to win. But in the end, they are in the next round. This tournament is not over, and they try to close the pool play phase in their mind, and now look forward to the next games. And like I said before, they will play the Latvians, and then we will see how this will go on. And the other thing I also summarized, that Clemens will have been happy about also the second game, where he can play against the not so well known team, and still won. So the Germans are in. The other Germans, before we close the men's round, are Fretschner Windner, also made it to the next round, and Wüst Henning also made it out of the pool. So Germans are really there, and also the second team of Sweden also in the next round. So that's before we go into the girls. We go to the next to the schedule. So we have the games. Mosorong waiting for the winner of a lucky loser game. The other one we already attend. The Polish Prolozak play Arman Helvig, so it will not be easier for the Sweden Olympic Games winners to stay in the tournament, and would be maybe Mosorong in the semi-final if they will improve and win. So Arman Helvig will play at the afternoon against the Polish one, then Swiss against France, and the other Swiss against Bournemouth Court. Bournemouth Court are also set on rated on second seed of the tournament. Also can play a good role in this tournament, and this is what you can see. Shaw are playing the Argentinas, which won the pool against Elas Viklas, but in Bennett need to play Cuba. Cuba also tough to beat on these big events, the Olympics or World Champs. Yeah, and that was there. And Mole Berenson may be waiting, or not. Maybe they are waiting on the lucky loser games. So let's see if I got all men's quotes. Yeah, going to the women's. We started with Canada. We will still also here start with Canada, and playback. You will listen to a quote from Melissa after their first win, and this was just the start of the tournament, so we will get quotes from Melissa when it comes closer to the, and also Brandy, it comes closer to the final rounds if they survive, but listen to Melissa now.
Exactly what it was. We've just been itching to play. It's been a lot of training, and we've been watching everyone start the tournament yesterday. So we were like, hey, let's get it going. And I felt like it was pretty clinical. I think we wanted to be clean, which is what we did. We took some risks and we worked on things we've been working on, used this opportunity to just warm into it and take the lessons into tomorrow, kind of just fine-tune things for our matches tomorrow and the day after.
And mentally, what do you have to do to prepare for tomorrow, do you think?
Yeah, we'll be scouting. I think we'll just get in the zone. It's always going to be what we can do on our side. Like this game was exactly that as well. And every game from this tournament out will be managing our side. So it's going to be more of a strategic game tomorrow. It's going to be a defensive battle and a service battle. So that's kind of what we're gearing up for.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Melissa's also talking as fast as she can, like we know. So after the first match, they got into the rhythm and need to start it one day later compared to some opponents. So they need to wait to start for the event to come more than some other teams, but they started and need to focus on the next game. But they played great and won their pool, and now play the Ukraine on the next round. So this was Canada. In general, going to our summarizing on the women's page. The Brazilian world ranking leaders Tamelia and Victoria, which played great in Ostrava, where you can see some interviews on our YouTube channel. They confirmed their expectations and made it out of the pool. So they are now waiting for a lucky loser game opponent to then play to the next round. So this is the Brazilian team which can play a big role in the World Champs, and Agatha is not playing; she's commentating. Duda and Anna Patricia also made it out of the pool. And before we go to the surprising Germans, we have a nice quote from Tina Kondina. So the Latvians, Tina and Anastasia, also won their pool, and we got did they won the pool? Don't want to tell you something wrong. Yeah, sure, they won. And we'll make it also in the next round, and we got some quotes after the first match from Tina, and I will play it back, and there is a nice inside information that there is, when you watch the games, you see a lot of Latvian fans, and they really support because there's a big community, and I play it back now. Give me a second.
Decided to send you a voice message so that I don't need to write so much. Yeah. So yes, we are at the World Championships in Adelaide. Me and Anastasia, we have played only one match still on the second court, and the atmosphere was really great. I really liked the court. There's a lot of trees, a lot of green, and we will have our first match in the central court today, so we will see how much the ball floats and how much wind there is inside. Interesting thing is that there is a big Latvian community here in Adelaide, and we are friends with a lot of them, so we expect to have a lot of fans, and that's about it. It's still the beginning of the tournament, so we're still getting adapted and figuring things out.
Yeah, this was thanks Tina Cordina for the nice words, and this is also what we all want to have some insights. So big Latvian community and fans, and the venue, you can see that there are a lot of trees and we're really nice. And this is also what you don't see when you're not on site, like a few of us. And also additional informations to the venue. And when we go to the quotes, what we get from the Swiss girls, Verger-les-Prés, Anouk and Zoe, they also won all their games. And this is what Anouk was saying. So it's a nice tournament. Everything is good organized. But what isn't such cool, Anouk said, is that the circumstances on the courts are totally different. So the center court have a roof and the side courts don't. So depending on where you play, it's a complete other tournament, Anouk says. So maybe this is something what comes up later, or maybe when the Lucky Loser games are there. I doubt that they also will play all on the center court, but that will be maybe a fact that will be challenging. To summarize the quote from Anouk and Zoe say that they could play the pool play phase. I translated, so I stumble maybe a little bit, but they played at the pool play phase in a good rhythm and try to make a good go into a good rhythm to play for the next game, and but need to improve in the playoff round to play better. So the pool play phase wasn't that their A game, so to say, but they want to improve and play harder. And Anouk, I already quoted, and that was what the Swiss girls are saying, and they're now playing tomorrow in the round of 32. The Americans, Donlin Dienberg, so also tough matches, but I think they played them in Ostrava. So the Swiss girls are also back in rhythm, and if you want to get some infos about the Swiss girls, go to Beach-Inside.de, go to our YouTube channel, and then you can go to the Ostrava where they medal at the tournament, and then you can see how it is to play as sisters now together after the difficult phase when Zoe qualified for the Olympic Games and Anouk not, because Zoe took the spot and not Anouk took the last open spot. So go to our YouTube channel. I recommend it. You get everything, and you also get legend interviews from many years. We cover this event and hope to deliver you something. And for sure, we would love to be in the mixed zone, but since no sponsors took you up there, I can't do it on the mixed zone. So you at least get what I produce here. But if you want to support, message me on the channel. Maybe we can have next World Champs something live from the mixed zone. But I doubt, or I don't think in the moment they just streaming it. But I hope that you are interested in getting quotes and want to know something more about the athletes and the inside stories, like I try to do since years, and produce compared to just watch games and see who winning and losing it. So the other parts, the US girls, Nas Pressure won their pool, and also the defending champion Kelly Clares, and with Newport and Molly Shaw going to the next round. And because we are already talking since quite an hour, we go to the facts for the German girl from the German girls. And surprising, 2 times I wrote. So Leah Kunz and Melanie Paun won their pool. They played every game better than the game before, and then finally made it to win the pool, what they achieved, and it's great to see. And now they won their pool and are in the playoff round, and now playing against the Netherlands, and then playing maybe the Netherlands again, or the Latvian girls we hear. Paul Kunst, thumbs up for them. That's really good achievement to start the World Champ, the first World Champ they play, and play such good. And also Ittlinger Grüne gone to the next round. And in the German Euro about who is winning the pool, Svenja Müller and Sinja Tillmann, which are, so to say, the favorites in this game, have been, since they won a lot of tournaments back in the days, or in the last time. But they both made it to the next round, but Linda Block with Luisa Lippmann, they won in 3 sets, 16-14, so third set was a nail-biter. And Luisa and Linda won their pool, and Svenja goes second. So both are still in the tournament, but this was one of the surprising parts, so to say. But we will now see how this goes on, and I think both teams will have a chance to go further in the tournament. Let's check out when they play. They play Bock Lippmann play tomorrow morning against New Zealand, and then Müller-Tillmann against Aussie Todd, the Italians. And the winner from them, it could be the game again. Müller-Tillmann against Bock Lippmann. So in the pool of play, do or die. So we'll see who will survive here. Let's check what happens then. I have need to see if I have some more quotes. Something coming in here? No. So we tried to get something from the Americans, a quote, except came. This will be in the next show. And now I ask the chat if someone is watching. Let me know if you have questions, or maybe questions which I can find out. Where I can find out some answers due to my connections. So also could be a service that you can improve, or you can have the advantage to watch our stream. So to summarize it, the next day we'll start all games live at the Volleyball TV app with the Lucky Loser games. And these are some Australian games, or teams, or 3 Australian teams will play. So will be good to have much spectators at the home crowd, but then also the Europeans try to battle out. Sam Schechter is trying to get his additional World Champs appearance for more than just the pool play, and then the girls are playing also to survive the round and going to the Lucky Loser. And Lucky Loser is not always one more game and the end of everything. So we remember that at the Olympic Games, Melissa and Brandy from Canada must need to play after a bad pool play phase, the Lucky Loser game, and they won silver in the end. And since you know that Melissa and Brandy I cover for Volleyball Canada, you can go and check out on Volleyball Canada's YouTube channel, where you get the insights from how the Olympic Games have been very fun and interesting. So they also appreciate if you check out the Volleyball Canada YouTube channel, where you get some insights from their teams if you're interested in the whole beach volleyball family, not only one country. And then the day starts with the nail biter, like I said, the Polish against Alan Helwig. So that's for now. We try to get someone on board for the next show. I think it will be maybe Wednesday European time. And if you have questions, write down something on my channels, or go to the Volleyball Talk forum where many people are talking. And I think, let's check if someone has questions in the chat. No, it's not, but I hope you liked it. And yeah, talk later, and all the good. Bye. Test. Test. Test.
Haben in dem Spiel uns sehr gut getroffen.